Accidents and disasters are another topic that you might cover as a news reporter. Critics often accuse the media of sensationalizing tragedy, saying if it bleeds, it leads. As a result, editors need to maintain standards and use their best judgment to determine what accidents and disasters to cover. You want to consider the severity. Did a car hit a deer and just have some minor property damage but no human injuries? Then that very likely isn't newsworthy. That's the impact news value, or lack thereof. How many people were affected? Maybe that one car deer accident delayed or shut down I-40 traffic for 2 hours during rush hour. That would make it newsworthy. Otherwise, the impact news value remains low, even if one person was taken to the hospital. Is it local? Major flooding in Raleigh or Durham is typically more relevant to your audience than a flood in Rio de Janeiro. That's the proximity value. As a radio news reporter, I wrote a number of stories on traffic accidents. You usually lead with what or who, such as one person was injured in a bicycle vehicle accident at the South Point shopping mall in Durham Friday morning. Hear how I use the delayed identification lead? The name of the person, unless it's a prominent citizen, is not as newsworthy as the accident itself. You would delay naming the victims until the second or third paragraph. Now let's continue with this fictional story. Diane Smith, 37 of Chapel Hill, was backing out of a parking space when her vehicle collided with a bicycle ridden by Jimmy Miller, 19 of Durham. You then distribute key facts logically through the first key paragraphs. Miller was taken by ambulance to Duke University Hospital and treated for minor injuries. Smith was not injured. There's generally no need to identify police by name. The incident is under investigation by police is fine. There's no need to say the incident is under investigation by the Durham City Police Department, said Lieutenant Evan Little. When a real disaster strikes, your news training will kick in on the scene. Go where the action is. Josh Meyer, veteran reporter of the Los Angeles Times, says find out where the dead bodies are and go to them. Perhaps better advice is that found in the St. Paul Pioneer Press Disaster Reporting Manual. Head for the biggest mess and look for people who are visibly upset. Question authorities first, as they likely have the least time to talk. Now don't interrupt their official duties, but get what you can as soon as you can, as it might be the only official information you receive on the scene. Then move on to victims and eyewitnesses. Be sure to get their contact information in case you need to reach them later. Use your observation skills to record details as to what is happening on the scene. You want your readers to feel like they're present when they read your story. Check in with your editors often. They may want you to send in periodic updates for breaking news, rather than wait until you return to the newsroom to submit the full story. You'll also want to communicate with your editors about where photographers should be. And remember that when in doubt, the best camera is the one you have with you. Cell phone pictures are far from ideal, but they're better than nothing. If you can get a photographer down to the scene, that's even better.